If your goal is to sound more natural in a second language, then something that's going to become necessary is trying to identify the patterns that you're using, the music that you're using that is just completely different than the music that your second language requires. And so today I'm going to give you some examples of what those patterns are when it comes to American English that you can identify in your own speech, patterns to avoid, and then patterns to try to move towards. Good morning, guys. Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Schwa Mill. This is your American English Pronunciation Review show where we take a look at two audio files that you send to us in a special Telegram group just free. That's just for this stream. And to guide you in this process, there's me. Hi, my name's Geoff, or as a breath. That's one of the four keys to that sound in American English, including placement, pitch, breath, trying to weaken your consonant sounds or strengthen your vowel sounds. We got two more audio files for you. Thanks to everyone who's been sending us files. Hello to Angel. Good to have you here. Let us take a listen to our first file for today. See what kind of patterns we're noticing that sound a little bit less natural in American English.
The experience of becoming famous, what's really odd about it is that
Okay, let me play that one more time.
the experience of becoming famous, what's really odd about it is that
Okay, so a couple of the things here that I think we want to play around with, because an essential idea in American English is that what we want to do is we want to find the pattern, then break the pattern. Find the pattern, break the pattern. And the patterns come in so many different shapes and forms. So some of the patterns I'm noticing in this file. First things first is that the way we're saying everything here is very firm. Like imagine that I were to talk to you like this for everything. Everything's really firm. Okay, so there's no soft. Right now I'm talking much, much, much softer. Saying now good morning. Yeah, good morning. If it's morning where you are. It's hard. People from all over the place checking in. But if it is morning again, good morning to you guys. So the very first thing is that just everything is so firm here. Notice how strong every sound is coming off. It's pretty much every single syllable.
the experience of becoming famous, what's really odd about it is that
So you have some opportunities here to add some softness. What is softness? Softness is kind of like this. It's right now the way I'm talking is a little bit softer. It's like this. This is really firm. This is really soft. It's a place where I think softness would work really well in this audio file. Let's play it again.
the experience of becoming famous, what's really odd about it is
Some of those places where you're reducing, like it's like the experience of becoming. See how this softener, like the experience of becoming famous, and then you have this other part that gets reduced a little bit too, right? What's really odd about it? What's really odd about it? So all of that together would be like the experience of becoming famous. What's really odd about it? So that would give you an example of what it would sound like to kind of fade in and out between firm and softness. Another thing I want to talk about, another pattern, is just looking at thought group length. So when we talk, we group words together before the next group of words. Those groups of words used are called thought groups. Let's see what's happening here with the thought groups in this audio.
the experience of becoming famous, what's really odd about it is that
Okay, so what's happening here is that all of our thought groups are kind of falling into more or less like these 2 or 3 word chunks. Like the experience of becoming famous, what's really odd about it is that, so you see here, like everything's kind of broken into these 2 to 3 word chunks. What if we change some of that? So it's okay to have 2 or 3 word chunks, but can we mix in some longer ones as well? So I'll play the original and then show you an alternative.
the experience of becoming famous, what's really odd about it is that
So maybe keeping some of those initial ones short, just as an example. It's like the experience of becoming famous. What's really odd about it is that, do you see how now that changes? So we just made that whole next part, a single thought group. What's really odd about it is that the experience of becoming famous, what's really odd about it is that, so again, just another way that you kind of break through the patterns. We talked about two patterns there. Maybe one final one. Let me play
the experience of becoming famous, what's really odd about it is that
speed a little bit. So one thing you're going to notice here is that all the syllables are close to being the same length. The experience of becoming famous, what's really odd about it's like all syllables are the same, but maybe some syllables we go slower on. So like maybe like the experience of becoming like so something like that. So we lengthened the okay at the beginning. Another opportunity too is to go faster. It's like the experience of becoming famous. So notice that now we went faster on the of becoming. So instead of become the experience of becoming famous, the experience of becoming famous. So that, notice that. Now to do these like especially the ones where you're going to speed up, you're going to notice that you're going to lose some clarity on some things because more space is going to be given to your vowels, less sound to your consonants. So it's not going to sound necessarily as clear, but to your listeners, it's actually going to be perfectly fine because American listeners are going to be listening for variations. It's when everything starts sounding the same that things actually become more difficult to understand. So those are just three examples of patterns from that file. Let's listen to another file and get some more ideas of different patterns that we could use.
Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Are you perhaps interested in joining us, or you want to leave?
Okay, play it one more time.
Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Are you perhaps interested in joining us, or you want to leave?
Okay, and again, thanks to everyone who's been sending us audio files. It's hard to do a review show if you don't have audio files to review. So some things here. Let's talk about some pitch ranges. So this is a file that does have some pitch ranges. I'll try to demonstrate. Let's play again, then I'll highlight some things.
Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Are you perhaps interested in joining us, or you want to leave?
It's like, hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Would you be interested in joining us? It's like, no, so everything's there. So one of the ways that you can immediately add some variation to your speech is by incorporating a wider range of pitches. It's like, hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Were you thinking of joining? I forget the middle part.
Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Are you perhaps interested in
It's like, hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Were you perhaps interested in joining us? So compare that. Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Were you interested in perhaps joining us?
Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Are you perhaps interested?
So you can see there that everything kind of feels a little bit compressed. My highs are higher, and my lows are lower. We're kind of just staying in kind of that happy middle area, which is causing things to jumble together. And in fact, in some ways, makes it a little bit tricky to understand because this audio, if you were just telling me this on the street, it would have really caught me off guard in the middle because it sounds like you were going to explain how the game works, but instead it was actually an invitation for me to join you, and I'll try to show why that's happening.
Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Are you perhaps interested?
Some of that I think is because of higher placement. You're like where you perhaps where we wanted to say were you, so instead of it's where versus were. You know, two different sounds, two different words. But if you use the wrong one, it's going to change the meaning. Because it sounds like you said where. It's like you're playing a game where you have to put the ball in the net, something like that. It sounds like you're giving instructions. But instead, you say, "Were you interested in joining us?" So we meant to say, "Were you interested in joining us?" So watch out for that. The other thing, the other area where the placement went a little high was game,
Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Are you perhaps?
game. Do you hear that kind of like That's a feature you see a lot more, like for instance, like Australian English and things like that. Replacement goes a bit high there. Game versus game. Think of playing a game. Think of playing a game. So watching out for that for like G's, B's, M's, N's. You know, trying to keep the placement down. But anyway, so that's the first thing to watch out for. Again, is just your patterns with your pitch ranges. Can you push them higher and lower? Don't get stuck in the middle. If you're like, oh wow, all my thought groups right now are in this middle range, nothing's really moving behind it. Do you see what I'm doing right now? Everything kind of starts running together after a while. So at some point, I have to go higher, right? And some point, maybe a little bit lower too with the reductions. Okay, so we got to push the pitch ranges as well. Um, some similar things to the first audio as well. We're seeing some similar patterns in terms of thought group length. So our thought groups again, we're kind of staying in that comfortable 2 to 3 word unit instead of expanding beyond that. Um, Similar also with like firmness and softness as well. So another thing that you could do as well, another way to add some immediate contrast to what you say is maybe adding a pause. So let's listen again.
Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Are you perhaps interested in joining us, or you want to leave?
So we do have that little pause, like towards the end, like the last third, right around there. There's a pause. Um, Another place where a pause might be helpful. Um, Maybe like playing a game and joining us, right? So like to give it an example.
Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Are you perhaps interested in...
Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Were you perhaps interested in joining us? Something like that. So we added that pause after game. And that pause could be really helpful because that could be a pause where you can kind of change your body positioning and like your facial expressions, things like that, because you're about to give an invitation, like, "Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Would you be interested in joining us?" Like something like that. Um, the pause will also give you some time to incorporate some other body communication and things like that as well. Maybe a final note for this
Hey,
pod.
we're thinking of playing a game. Are you perhaps interested in joining us, or you want to leave?
Yeah, so I think again playing around with pacing and speed because all the things here are around the same speed as well. Okay, and I hope you're really noticing those same pitch pattern. Like like it's like there's too many things that are too similar, pitch wise there. Um, Play it one more time.
Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Are you perhaps interested in joining us, or you want to leave?
Okay, just playing around with pitch is also it's not a direct element of contrast because I think it's more about pitch. But I want you also to kind of be thinking about like the energy level of the things you say. Right now, when I'm listening to this,
Hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Are you perhaps interested?
it's like, hey, we're thinking of playing a game where you perhaps, it feels kind of like low energy, right? I wouldn't be surprised if, as you were saying this, your face was in a relatively neutral expression. And, it's just hard to convey a lot of emotion if your body language is also very neutral. So I would say, is there a way to incorporate more body language, like move around more, add more energy to what you're saying? Also, in terms of your voice, like, hey, we're thinking of playing a game versus hey, we're thinking of playing a game. Do you hear like kind of the difference in energy level there? So also just kind of be cognizant of what is the energy level that you're bringing to what you're saying, um, and playing with it more. Jeremy's hanging out with us. Thanks for being here. Asking a quick question: are you speaking with a Boston accent? I do not have a Boston accent. Appreciate the question. Boston accent in general is going to be a little bit more nasally, a little higher. Um, and then if someone has like, especially like an older Boston accent, you'll see some variations with the R sounds as well, like car versus like ka and things like that. So yeah, so one final thing to kind of just be aware of incorporating your body language, paying attention to your energy level as you talk, and if you notice that you're staying at like a consistent kind of low energy level when you talk, kind of everything like this, change it. Maybe add some spice, some higher energy level moments as well. All right. With that, I do have to run. A quick note: we're going to be having an announcement, so you can check this on the socials later today, and also on the community posts on YouTube. We're going to be adding more hours, more sessions to our Magnet Lab small group coaching, which ties directly into everything we talked about today. So if you are like, oh my gosh, I'm using these same patterns in my own speech, or oh, I need to incorporate more facial expression, more body language into my talk. I'm very flat when I talk. I want to become more expressive. I want to be the kind of person that when I talk, people want to listen to me. They're drawn to me when I talk. They listen. That's what Magnet Lab's all about. You can find more information again at fluentamerican.com/magnetlab. But I think it'll be, if you're watching this stream and you're interested in the things we talked about, you're going to love what we talk about in the small group coaching. I promise you. All right. With that, guys, we'll be back tomorrow with another edition of the Schwa Mill. Thanks for hanging out with me. There's a lot of pronunciation resources out there. So the fact that you spend a little bit of your day here with me is appreciated. I will see you guys later. Hope you guys have a good day, have a good night, and a good afternoon. Take care.